Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moonlit Stories. Today, I'm bringing you a story about a daughter who was abandoned by her own family, only to turn the tables and make everyone who hurt her pay the price. When her brother and adopted sister tried to destroy her reputation, they never imagined that their actions would lead to their own downfall. Without further ado, let's begin.
Because I refused to give my grandmother's golden hairpin to my adopted sister, my own brother decided to ruin me in front of everyone. During a grand banquet, he barged into the women's gathering and exposed the matter publicly. He accused me of being jealous, cruel, and selfish. His goal was simple: destroy my reputation, teach me a lesson, and stand up for his beloved adopted sister. But the scene he imagined never happened. He expected all the noble ladies to point fingers at me. Instead, his own fiancée, Princess Yuzhou, stood up and announced that she was breaking off their engagement. My brother froze. He couldn't understand why. Princess Yuzhou looked at him coldly. So, you expect your own sister to sacrifice everything for your adopted sister? To give her every precious thing she owns? Then tell me, after I marry into your family, will I also have to give everything I have to this so-called little sister? Her voice was sharp and full of pride. I am the daughter of the Grand Princess. I was born into the royal bloodline. I don't need to force myself to swallow a bitter meal in your household. The other young ladies covered their mouths, trying not to laugh. One of them whispered, "If a man is willing to humiliate his own sister just to protect an adopted girl, who knows what kind of feelings are really between them?" Another girl smiled. "I honestly can't think of any reason why someone would ignore his own sister's future and reputation unless there was something more going on." A third girl added, "Men can be strange. Sometimes their personal desires matter more to them than family bonds." Soon, everyone was whispering about my brother and my adopted sister. Their faces turned pale. They thought that by exposing my flaws in public, they would destroy my reputation. But they never realized the one they ruined was themselves. My brother and my adopted sister fled the banquet in shame. Overnight, they became the biggest joke in the entire capital. After that day, finding a marriage match for them became almost impossible. My mother searched everywhere for suitable families. But no one was willing to discuss a marriage with either of them. The reason was simple. My adopted sister was actually the daughter of my late aunt. Although she had grown up under my mother's care, by blood, she was only my brother's cousin. And in this era, marriages between cousins were not unheard of. So when my brother defended her at the banquet, he kept insisting there was nothing between them. He claimed it was only family affection. But once rumors started spreading, people naturally began imagining the worst. Now everyone in the capital believed my brother and my adopted sister had a secret relationship. No respectable family wanted to be connected to them. But strangely enough, my own marriage prospects were completely unaffected. I still remember what the matchmaker told my mother that day. "Madam, everyone in the capital knows what happened between your eldest son and your adopted daughter. Which respectable family would want their son or daughter involved with people surrounded by such rumors? Your son may still have a chance. If necessary, he can marry someone from a lower-ranked family. But your second daughter, this situation is much harder. To put it bluntly, people will see it as a scandal before marriage. What man would willingly marry someone while carrying such humiliating rumors?" My mother clutched her chest, feeling heartbroken. But then the matchmaker continued. "However, several excellent families have already asked about your second daughter. Some of them are even from powerful noble houses." My mother was stunned. She asked, "How is that possible? After what my eldest son did at the banquet, why wasn't my daughter affected?" The matchmaker smiled. "Madam, you're overthinking it. Being called jealous or a little stubborn may sound unpleasant, but this is the capital. Almost every daughter from a powerful family was spoiled while growing up. A little temper and pride are nothing unusual. The women known for being perfectly gentle, obedient, and flawless. Those are the ones who might marry into the royal family. Your daughter's reputation may not be enough for the palace, but for other noble families, it changes nothing. Among wealthy families, a bride who is a little possessive is not something they fear. Because after marriage and having children, most women eventually understand one thing. A husband taking another wife is not for the husband alone, it is also for the wife. Childbirth can damage a woman's health. Too many pregnancies can weaken her body. So, even the most proud and jealous wife will eventually choose to arrange another woman to share the burden. That was why my reputation remained untouched. And the people who tried to destroy me ended up destroying themselves. The matchmaker paused, lifted her teacup, and took a slow sip. Besides, I heard that the second young lady entered your household as an adopted daughter 5 years ago. Your eldest son and the second young lady have been close for a long time. This was not something that happened overnight. Your eldest daughter has many close friends among the noble ladies, yet she never said a word outside. She swallowed all her pain and kept this matter hidden. The matchmaker put down her teacup and smiled faintly. Your eldest daughter understands the rule of sharing both honor and shame with the family. Powerful families value a future wife who knows how to keep secrets. But someone like your eldest son and the second young lady, who made family matters the talk of the entire capital, that shows poor judgment. Poor judgment meant he could not handle family affairs well in the future. And for my brother, it was not only about marriage. It affected his entire career. In the government, officials always trusted people who were calm and reliable. No one wanted to give important tasks to someone who acted recklessly. One mistake could ruin everything. My brother thought he was setting a trap for me, but in the end, he only trapped himself. My mother accepted the matchmaker's letters and portraits politely, then personally sent her away. After the matchmaker left, my mother lowered her head. Her voice carried a hint of anger. What kind of disaster have we created? I knew exactly what she meant. She had finally started blaming my adopted sister. Before this, even when my brother favored her over me, my mother always pretended not to notice. But now it had affected my brother's future. She could no longer ignore it. Just as she was about to call my brother and my adopted sister over for a serious talk, my father returned. He stormed into the room, his face full of rage. When he saw my mother, his expression became even colder. "Where is that useless son of mine? Call him here." My mother hurried forward. "Why are you so angry? What happened?" She reached out to hold his arm, but my father pushed her away. My mother stumbled back and fell onto a chair. "You call yourself the head of this household. Those two caused such a disaster right under your eyes. They have ruined the 100-year reputation of the Tao family." My father's anger grew stronger. "Your niece is truly something. She destroyed my son's future, and now are you satisfied?" My mother's face turned pale with fear. She immediately ordered the servants to call my brother. I had been standing quietly behind the room. Seeing everything unfold, I stepped forward. "Father, I greet you." My father glanced at me, but said nothing. Soon, my brother rushed in. At that moment, he heard my father ask me, "Ruxiang, why didn't you stop your brother that day at the banquet?" I lowered my eyes, hiding the cold smile in my heart. Again, in this family, everything was always blamed on me. My father favored his son. My mother pitied my adopted sister, who had lost her mother at a young age. And me? No one ever cared. My brother used his position as the eldest son to take countless things from me and give them to my adopted sister. My father ignored it. My mother only said, "Your sister is pitiful. Please be more understanding." But I couldn't keep giving in. If my brother and mother wanted to give things to my adopted sister, that was their choice. But they had no right to take what belonged to me. If they tried to take it, I would fight back. Sometimes my mother stepped in, and I had no choice but to accept the loss. Other times, when they failed to take what they wanted, they held a grudge against me. This time was exactly the same. My grandmother knew I had been treated unfairly. So she sent many precious gifts from her hometown. They were meant only for me. My adopted sister saw them. She ran to my brother and complained. My brother brought her to me and questioned, "Why didn't grandmother send anything for her?" I almost laughed. My adopted sister was my aunt's daughter. She had no blood relationship with my grandmother. My grandmother had already been unhappy that my mother raised her. Why would she send gifts to her? I was my grandmother's only true granddaughter. But my brother refused to listen. He insisted on taking the golden hairpin my grandmother gave me and handing it to my adopted sister. I made a huge scene. I said I would tell my father. I said I would write to my grandmother. My grandmother had already sent several letters to my father, criticizing him for letting my adopted sister cause trouble. She was also unhappy about my brother always protecting her. If my grandmother found out my brother tried to take my belongings again, she might even come to the capital herself. My father had always respected his mother. If my grandmother arrived, my mother and my adopted sister would no longer have an easy life. So my brother finally gave up on taking my hairpin. But he never forgot this humiliation. He wanted revenge. And that was why he created the scene at the banquet. Father, my brother wanted to destroy my reputation using rumors. How could he have told me his plan beforehand? I knew nothing about it. How could I have stopped him? My father was speechless. At that moment, my brother walked in. All his anger turned toward him. You useless child. My father kicked him hard. My brother fell to the ground. A trace of blood appeared at the corner of his mouth. That kick showed how furious my father truly was. Wire. My mother panicked and rushed to check on him. Husband, what are you doing? Are you trying to kill him? He is your only son. My father sneered. A useless son might as well not exist. My mother froze. She never expected such cold words from him. Even my brother stared at my father in disbelief. You are a minor official in the Ministry of Works. You are about to be sent out to serve as the magistrate's assistant in Yangzhou. My brother's face changed instantly. That's impossible. Father already arranged everything. The position of director in the Ministry of Works was about to open. I was going to be promoted. My father laughed bitterly. Yes. I arranged everything. Because of my position as a grand tutor, I helped you secure a marriage with Princess Yuzhao. I also worked hard to prepare your path in the Ministry of Works. I wanted you to rise quickly in the future. But you destroyed everything yourself. My father's anger exploded. The Minister of Works came to see me today. He told me, you have been chosen to serve in Yangzhou. The position there was empty, so they needed someone of the same rank from the central government. Moving from the capital to a local post may keep the same rank. But everyone knows what it really means. It is a punishment. No one wanted this position. They planned to choose someone without connections. But because of your foolish actions, you lost Princess Yuzhao. And you lost your future. No, impossible. My brother's face turned pale. He could barely speak. At that banquet, the entire capital's noble families were there. You disturbed the women's gathering just to defend an adopted girl. You lost an important marriage because of your own foolishness. Now everyone in the capital knows you are reckless. And a reckless person cannot be trusted with great responsibility. Father, I cannot leave the capital. If I go there, it may take 10 years before I can return. My entire future will be ruined. My father looked at him coldly. Do you really think you can return? Yangzhou will probably be the end of your career. If you make another mistake, you will only fall further. My brother looked up. What do you mean? The Minister of Works would never dare send you away because of my reputation. This was not his decision. It came from His Majesty. My father closed his eyes. In that moment, he looked much older. Princess Yuzhao could not bear seeing her daughter humiliated. She went to the palace and told the Empress about this matter as a joke. She is His Majesty's aunt. His Majesty did not say anything publicly, but he gave the order for the Ministry of Works to send you away. My father opened his eyes. His voice was filled with disappointment. Do you still not understand? You chose to defend another woman and offended Princess Yuzhao. His Majesty is disappointed in you. Your official career has reached its end. My brother collapsed onto the ground. You are the only son of the Tao family. You were our family's hope. But now you are finished. And the future of our entire family is finished with you. But Romo is my sister. I only defended her because we are family. There is absolutely nothing else between us. Even now, even after everything had fallen apart, my brother was still trying to clear his name. Is she really your biological sister? My father's question left my brother speechless. You keep saying there is nothing between you two, but what does my believing you matter? Princess Yuzhao doesn't believe you. The Grand Princess doesn't believe you. Even His Majesty doesn't believe you. My father let out several heavy sighs. His face was full of regret. A son's mistakes come from his father's failure to teach him. It's my fault. I should never have agreed to bring Jiang Rumo into this family. I should never have ignored it when you hurt your own sister for her sake. Now I have destroyed the future of the Tao family with my own hands. When I die, how will I face our ancestors? My mother lowered her head in guilt. My brother stood there like he had lost his soul. He looked like he couldn't hear anything my father said. Send Jiang Rumo away. She has brought disaster to the Tao family. There is no place for her here anymore. My mother no longer dared to defend Jiang Rumo. Her only son's future was ruined. She was afraid my father would abandon her and marry someone else to have another heir. No matter how much she loved Jiang Rumo, she would never sacrifice her own life for her. But my brother was still stubborn. Father, Jiang Rumo's family has fallen. If she goes back, she will suffer. My father glared at him. You still have time to worry about her? You ruined your own future because of her. You should worry about yourself first. My brother slowly raised his eyes. He saw me standing quietly nearby. Then he turned all his anger toward me. Tao Ruxiang, you must be happy now, right? Rumo is being sent away. I'm leaving for Yangzhou. From now on, you will be the only child in this family. No one will fight with you for anything anymore. I looked at him coldly. This happened because of your own choices. If you hadn't been foolish enough to ruin my reputation, if you hadn't destroyed your own future trying to punish me, none of this would have happened. My brother's expression darkened. If you weren't so stubborn and always fighting with Rumo over everything, I wouldn't have needed to teach you a lesson. I laughed softly. Was I really the one bullying Jiang Rumo? Ever since she entered this household, Mother pitied her because she lost her parents when she was young. Every precious thing in this family went to her first. Only the things she didn't want were left for me. I looked at my brother with a cold smile. And you, ever since Jiang Rumo came here, you treated her like your real sister. You always put her before me. Whenever we argued, you always blamed me. You said she was pitiful because she had no parents. You said I already had everything. But did I really have everything? The gifts from the family, the presents you gave, all of them went to Jiang Rumo. And me? I had nothing. I stared straight at him. You wanted to give everything to Jiang Rumo. That was your choice. Those things belonged to you. I had no right to stop you. But my belongings, as long as Jiang Rumo wanted them, you would force me to give them away. And if I refused, you took them by force. My voice became colder. So tell me, was I really the arrogant one? Or were you the one using your position as my elder brother to hurt me for her sake? My brother immediately defended himself.
No.
You were just selfish and unwilling to show kindness to your younger sister. I was only teaching you. Teaching me? I covered my mouth and laughed. You, someone foolish enough to destroy his own future? You think you are qualified to teach me? Tao Ruxiang. My mother shouted angrily. How dare you speak to your brother like that? I raised my eyes. Why can't I? He planned everything. He went to the banquet just to destroy my reputation. And he called it giving me a lesson. I looked at my brother. Let me ask you something. Did you truly not know what would happen if your plan succeeded? If everyone believed those rumors? Do you know how difficult my future marriage would become? Do you know how I would live under everyone's judgment? Do you know how those rumors could ruin my entire life? My voice became sharp. You knew, didn't you? You knew exactly what you were doing. My brother fell silent. If you knew, then you were willing to destroy your own sister's future just for an adopted sister. That makes you selfish and cruel. I smiled coldly. But if you truly didn't know, then you were simply arrogant and foolish. And losing your future is the consequence you deserve. My brother lowered his head. He had nothing to say. My mother could not refute me. She only whispered, "But he is still your biological brother." I laughed. He never treated me like his real sister. So why should I treat him like my real brother? I turned to my mother. And speaking of this, my brother's downfall today also has something to do with you. My mother looked at me in shock. What do you mean? If you had not insisted on bringing Jiang Rumo into this family, if you had not told my brother to treat her like his own sister, then he would not have learned from you. He copied your favoritism. He protected an adopted daughter while ignoring his own sister. And he made outsiders misunderstand their relationship. I smiled coldly. Even real brothers and sisters know they must keep proper boundaries. But you kept telling him to take care of Jiang Rumo like she was his real sister. You encouraged their closeness. And now this is the result. Mother, you also have responsibility for what happened. My brother's face turned red with anger. Stop thinking so horribly. You know perfectly well that Rumo and I are innocent. I only see her as my younger sister. I smiled. Does that even matter? Just like at the banquet. Did it matter whether I was really selfish and jealous? You knew it wasn't true. But you still spread those rumors because you knew one thing. People don't care about the truth. They only care about the rumors. I walked in front of him. Looking down at him, I said, "You tried to throw a stone at me, but it fell back on your own head. The rumors you wanted to put on me have returned to you. And now you finally know what it feels like when no one believes your explanation." My brother became furious. He stood up and raised his hand toward me. But before he could do anything, my father stepped in front of me. He stopped him. My brother froze. He never expected my father, who had always protected him, to stand on my side. My father looked at him coldly. "Ruxiang is right. You ended up like this because of your own actions." My brother stumbled back. He held his chest and coughed violently. My father turned to me. "Ruxiang, now you are the only child left in the Tao family. The future of this family depends on you." My father was already old. It was too late for him to have another son and raise him. My brother's future was destroyed, and there were no other heirs. So my father turned his hopes toward me. "Let Ruxiang choose a husband who joins our family. He will take the Tao family name. He will enter our family records. We will support him, and the glory he brings will belong to the Tao family." The moment my father said this, everyone in the room was shocked. My brother looked heartbroken. "Father, are you giving up on me?" My father glanced at him coldly. "Why? You're already finished. His Majesty is still in his prime. Because you offended him, you will never return to the capital. Now Ruxiang is the only hope of the Tao family." "Father." My brother's anger overwhelmed him. He coughed up blood and collapsed unconscious. Jiang Rumo was sent back to her family home in Huicheng. Before leaving, she cried and refused to go. She ran to beg my mother for help. But my mother was taking care of my brother, who was bedridden. She refused to see her. My mother finally blamed Jiang Rumo. After all, my brother's future had been destroyed because of her. When my brother heard the noise, he wanted to help Jiang Rumo. But my mother stopped him. "My son, you are about to leave for Yangzhou. Your father will never allow her to stay. If you insist on keeping her, are you planning to take her with you?" Tears filled my mother's eyes. What identity would she have if she followed you? If people in Yangzhou hear rumors about the two of you, do you want to lose even your new position and be punished again? My brother froze. Until that moment, he still believed he and Jiang Rumo had done nothing wrong. He believed their relationship was completely innocent, but his career was ruined. Everything he wanted was gone. If he continued to stay close to Jiang Rumo, he might lose even more. For the first time, he felt afraid, so he slowly pulled his hand back and said nothing. Jiang Rumo kept shouting inside the mansion, but no one came to help her. In the end, I stepped forward, not because I cared about her. I just didn't want the neighbors to hear more rumors about the Tao family. "Find 2 strong servants. Take her to the carriage. She cannot escape." When Jiang Rumo saw me, her eyes immediately turned red. "Tao Ruxiang, this is all because of you. You ruined everything. I looked at her calmly. You caused this yourself. Why are you blaming me? Jong Romo and my brother were truly alike. They both loved pushing their mistakes onto others. They really did look like real siblings. If it wasn't for you, my uncle would never send me away. It is all your fault. I laughed. You tried to harm me by using my brother. But in the end, you ruined his future and destroyed yourself.
No.
That's not true. I did nothing wrong. You were selfish and jealous. You refused to give me the hairpin. My brother was only trying to help me. I sneered. Jong Romo, you can fool others if you want. But don't fool yourself. That hairpin was a gift from my grandmother to me. Why should I give it to you? You pushed my brother into spreading rumors about me. In the end, he lost everything. And you lost everything too. This is the consequence of your own actions. If Jong Romo had been honest and respectful, perhaps we could have become true sisters. But she was never satisfied. She saw how much my mother and brother favored her. Then she wanted more. She wanted everything that belonged to me. She envied me. She wanted to step on me and make me lower my head. But in the end, the person who tried to hurt others was the one who got hurt. My father gave the order. Jong Romo was not allowed to take anything from the Tao family. She could only take the belongings she originally brought from the Jong family. Back then, the Jong family had fallen into hardship. After my aunt passed away, her dowry was used to save the family. Later, when my uncle died, he left nothing behind for Jong Romo. When she first entered the Tao family, she only had 2 sets of clothes. Everything she received these years from my mother and my brother, she had to leave behind. And those things eventually returned to me. That was what people called fate. What goes around comes around. I won't leave. I want to see Mother. I want to see my brother. She had entered our home as an adopted daughter. Yet not long after, she started calling my mother, Mother. I looked at her coldly. They won't see you. You destroyed my brother's future. He may not hate our father, but he definitely hates you. If you continue making trouble, my father may not even prepare a carriage for you. He might simply throw you out. Jong Romo finally became scared. The argument between my father and my brother had spread throughout the entire mansion. Everyone knew. Jong Romo knew she had ruined my brother's career. She also knew my father now saw her as a burden. My father was the head of the family. His decision was final. No matter how much Jong Romo cried, it was useless. Tao Xiang, enjoy your victory while you can. You won't always be this lucky. I couldn't be bothered to listen anymore. I waved my hand. The servants immediately took Jong Romo away. At that moment, the family steward suddenly arrived. Miss, someone from the Marquis of Schwanping's residence has arrived. The young Marquis came personally. I frowned. Why was he here? While I was wondering who he wanted to see, Duan Su rushed inside. The servants tried to stop him, but his guards pushed them aside. He forced his way into the mansion. Duan Su, why are you breaking into the Grand Tutor's residence? He ignored my question. He pushed away the servants holding Jong Romo. Then he pulled her behind him. Romo, are you all right? Jong Romo looked at him with tears in her eyes. You finally came, Marquis Duan. Duan Su turned toward me angrily. Tao Ruxiang, what are you trying to do to Romo? I looked at Jong Romo holding onto his arm. At that moment, I understood everything. Duan Su was my brother's close friend. This story is produced exclusively by the YouTube channel Moonlit Stories. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe. My brother often brought Jong Romo to spend time with his friends. It seemed Duan Su had feelings for her too. I said calmly. My father ordered Jong Romo to return to her family. The Tao family can no longer keep her. Duan Su looked furious. You are too cruel. How can you drive Romo away? I sneered. Are you unable to hear? I already told you. This is my father's decision.
Duan Su pointed at me.
You are using your status as the legitimate daughter of the Tao family to bully Romo. A woman like you, I will never marry you. I looked at him coldly. A man who cannot tell right from wrong. A foolish man like you, I would never marry either. I had no idea what was wrong with him. He came to my home just to accuse me with meaningless words. Then he laughed arrogantly. Stop pretending. You think I don't know you admire me? You kept my name card. You obviously want to marry me. I finally understood. The name card, he mentioned, was the one the matchmaker delivered. My mother kept it because she was considering marriage options for me. And he actually thought I chose him. I looked at him with disbelief. Duan-su, is there anything in your head besides water? In the capital, when families consider marriages, they send name cards through matchmakers. That day, my family received many. Why do you think you were the one I chose? I smiled coldly. And even if I chose someone, we would have to reply through the matchmaker. Our family never contacted the matchmaker. The Marquis of Schwanping's residence never received any message. So, where did your confidence come from? My expression became colder. Besides, your family was the one who sent the name card first. Your family showed interest in me. What does that have to do with me? Duan-su became angry. Stop pretending. Romo already told me everything. The silk cloth I gave her was destroyed by you. She said you were jealous because I gave her gifts. If you didn't like me, why would you destroy something I gave her? Only then did I remember. So, the silk cloth and the lantern were gifts from you. Duan-su narrowed his eyes. You admit it? I answered calmly. Yes. I destroyed them, but I didn't know they were from you. I only destroyed them because Jiang Romo treasured them so much. Duan-su looked shocked.
Good.
You really are heartless. I smiled. That happened because Jiang Romo tried to take my glass lantern. That lantern was a gift my brother gave me when I was 10. I refused to give it away. But my brother took it from me and gave it to her. He said he was the one who gave it to me, so he had the right to take it back. After Jiang Romo got the lantern, she destroyed it in front of me. She said she only wanted to see me upset. I looked at Jiang Romo. She destroyed something precious to me, so I destroyed the things she treasured. That is called paying back what you owe. Jiang Romo shook her head. Her eyes filled with tears. Young Marquis, that's not true. I never destroyed my sister's lantern. Sister, why are you accusing me? Whether you did it or not, you know the truth in your heart. I don't have the time to argue with you. Romo would never do such a thing. You are the one who has always been arrogant and cruel, bullying her since childhood. Duan-su accused me with a righteous expression. I rolled my eyes. My family's matters have nothing to do with you. Why did the young Marquis force his way into the Grand Tutor's residence today? To stand up for Jiang Romo? I laughed coldly. The Tao family no longer has anyone protecting Jiang Romo. If you want to blame me for her sake, go back to your own home. Why are you causing trouble here? Hearing this, the servants stepped forward and surrounded Duan-su. Young Marquis, please leave. This is a private matter of the Tao family. I waved my hand, telling him to go. But Duan-su refused to move. You want to send Romo away? I will never allow it. I looked at him coldly. Whether you agree or not, what does it matter? The Tao family does not want to keep her. Are you planning to force us to raise someone else's daughter? There is no such rule in this world. You came to another family and demanded that they support your future wife. Who do you think you are? Duan-su was speechless. If the young Marquis refuses to leave, I will personally go to the palace and ask my father to return. I will also ask His Majesty why the young Marquis of Xianping came to the Grand Tutor's residence and caused trouble. Duan-su finally panicked. He originally came here to protect Jiang Romo. He thought I admired him. He thought he could threaten me. But he forgot one thing. He had no official relationship with me. He had no right to interfere in another family's affairs. No wonder he was my brother's friend. They were equally foolish. I will marry Romo. She will become my future wife. The wife of the young Marquis of Xianping. Your Tao family must treat her well. I almost laughed. What an impressive title. But your future wife has nothing to do with my Tao family. Why should we take care of her? Are you not afraid that the Grand Tutor will become enemies with the Xianping Marquis residence? I couldn't help but laugh. Young Marquis, first, I don't even know if you can represent the Xianping Marquis residence. You are using your family's name to force my family to support your future wife. You provide no money. You provide no help. You only come here and make demands. If the Xianping Marquis residence has truly become this unreasonable, I will gladly tell my father and let him explain everything before His Majesty. You dare? Why wouldn't I? I stood face to face with Duan-su. Neither of us wanted to back down. I don't want to argue with you. You cannot make decisions here. I want to speak with Madame Tao. Romo is my future wife. For the reputation of both families, she should leave the Tao residence as a bride. Then our two families can become relatives through marriage. Such a good arrangement. Madame Tao will definitely agree. I smiled. Young Marquis, you are mistaken. Right now, my mother does not have the authority to decide. The person in charge of this household is me. I raised my sleeve calmly. My father has already decided to find me a husband who joins our family. After that, I will inherit the Tao family. The future mistress of this household
Will also be me.
Duan-su's eyes widened. How is that possible? Your brother is still alive. How could the Grand Tutor allow you to inherit the family? I smiled. You should thank your future wife for that. My brother's career was ruined. He will soon leave the capital. My father has only one daughter left. Of course, he must find someone to join our family and continue the Tao bloodline. I adjusted my sleeves. Young Marquis, stop wasting your time. Zhang Rumo destroyed my brother's future and damaged the reputation of the Tao family. This household can no longer keep her. Whether you marry her or not, it has nothing to do with us. She must leave today. If you truly cannot bear to see her suffer, then take her with you. Zhang Rumo looked at Duan-su with hope in her eyes. Duan-su hesitated. I smiled coldly. He would never truly take her away. Zhang Rumo's reputation in the capital was already ruined. The Xianping Marquis residence would never agree to let him marry her. Otherwise, why would I have received his family's marriage invitation in the first place? If the young Marquis refuses to take her, then stop blocking the Tao family. Otherwise, when my father returns and sees Zhang Rumo still here, he may become angry and cancel the carriage. At that point, Zhang Rumo will have nowhere to go. Would the Grand Tutor really be that heartless? I looked at him. Young Marquis, are you truly unaware? Or are you pretending? My brother's entire future was destroyed. He was my father's greatest hope. And she was the reason everything collapsed. How could my father not resent her? I continued coldly. And my mother and brother also blame her. Otherwise, if they cared so much about her, why didn't they come out to stop this? Zhang Rumo tightly held onto Duan-su's hand. Young Marquis, the Tao family does not want me anymore. Please take me with you. Duan-su thought for a long time. Finally, he made his decision. Fine, I will take you away. The Tao family may reject you, but the Xianping Marquis residence will accept you. He held Zhang Rumo's hand and glared at me. Tao Ruxiang, today you humiliated Rumo. One day, my family will make you pay. Then he left with Zhang Rumo. I ignored his angry words. To me, they meant nothing, because the Xianping Marquis residence never truly became enemies with the Tao family. Instead, after hearing what happened that day, the Marquis of Xianping forced Duan-su to come apologize to me. Duan-su was unwilling, but after being punished by his father, he had no choice but to lower his head. My father was an experienced politician. He knew how to handle situations. He chatted with the Marquis of Xianping as if nothing happened, and the matter ended there. Not only did the two families avoid conflict, they actually became closer. As for Duan-su, he did not dare bring Zhang Rumo into his family home. Instead, he arranged another residence for her. When he returned home and insisted on marrying her, the Marquis of Xianping punished him severely. The Marquis even declared, "If you dare marry Zhang Rumo into this family, I will give the title to your younger brother instead." Duan-su was not the only son of the Marquis. He finally gave up. He only dared to keep Jiang Rumo outside the household. Jiang Rumo also refused to return to Huiqing and live a difficult life. So she accepted. Not long after, my brother left the capital for his new position. After he left, my father began searching for a suitable husband for me. This time, he did not allow my mother to interfere. He was afraid she would ruin things again. After all, the matter involving my brother had already created a distance between my parents. My father no longer trusted her. With my brother and Jiang Rumo gone, my mother's courtyard became completely silent.
She wanted to talk to me.
But I stopped her outside my door. There was nothing left for us to say. When I needed a mother, she was holding Jiang Rumo and comforting her. Now, I could live a good life on my own. I no longer needed her late love. As for my father, he chose one of his most talented students to join our family as my husband. My father had great confidence in him. He believed that this young man would soon succeed in the imperial examination and become the top scholar. The young man's parents had both passed away. He was raised by his elder brother. His elder brother already had descendants, so he did not need this young man to continue the family line. The young man agreed to my father's request. He was willing to take the Tao family name and join our household. Everything was arranged. On the chosen lucky day, my father happily prepared the wedding gifts and planned to visit his student's home. But before he could leave, a grand set of wedding gifts arrived from the Prince of Duan's residence. The Prince of Duan wanted to marry me. My father was completely stunned. He had no idea what was happening. But at that moment, I walked out from the inner courtyard. My expression was calm. I told my father, accept the Prince of Duan's proposal. Only then did my father finally understand. He had been completely outplayed by his own daughter. My father always favored my brother. He ignored everything I suffered. So, why would I help him get what he wanted? The honor of the Tao family. What did it have to do with me? I was only a daughter. I was never the person he believed could carry this family. Back then, he thought only a son could protect the Tao family's future. So now, he had no right to place his hopes on me. I was the daughter he had already given up on. Why would I help him achieve his dream? Father, you should accept the marriage proposal from the Prince of Duan. He is His Majesty's younger brother by blood. If you offend him, the consequences will not be good. My father looked at me in confusion. When did you become involved with the Prince of Duan? When did it begin? Perhaps it was 3 years ago, the day we went to the temple. My mother took us to the temple to pray. My brother and Jiang Rumo played a trick on me. They lied to me and sent me to the mountain behind the temple. I fell into a hunting trap hidden there. My brother told my mother that I had thrown a tantrum and gone home alone. My mother believed him. She took everyone away. No one came back for me. No one came to save me, except the Prince of Duan. He happened to pass by and rescued me. At that time, I felt so helpless and wronged. I told him everything that had been hidden in my heart. But matters between officials' families were not something he could interfere with. If he used his power to help me, the rumors would destroy both of us. After that day, we started exchanging letters. We quickly became close. We had endless things to talk about. And slowly, we fell in love. The Prince of Duan promised me, once you come of age, I will marry you. Marrying him meant I could leave the Tao family. I could finally escape that painful place. But I could not forget what my brother and Jiang Rumo had done to me for years. I refused to let everything end so easily. After my brother became engaged to Princess Yuzhao, I began my plan. I secretly convinced Jiang Rumo's servant to give her an idea to ruin my reputation. I knew Jiang Rumo and my brother too well. They were both too easy to manipulate. They would definitely follow the plan. Because Jiang Rumo wanted to destroy me completely. And my brother would do anything to make her happy. In the end, their own reputations were ruined. But that was not enough. I have always remembered every injustice done to me. Princess Yuzhao was not a cruel person. She had a generous heart. Breaking off the engagement was already enough for her. She would not seek further revenge. It was the Prince of Duan who went to the Grand Princess and pushed the matter further. The Grand Princess quickly understood. She realized the Prince of Duan wanted to end my brother's career, so she chose to help him. My brother lost his future. Jiang Rumo was sent away. Then my father turned his hopes toward me. He wanted me to marry someone into the family. He wanted me to protect the honor of the Tao family. So I gave him hope. I let him believe his dream was about to come true. And when he thought everything was finally going his way, I crushed that hope completely. This was the punishment for his years of favoritism. Even though my father was a respected official, he still did not dare offend the Prince of Duan. In the end, he had no choice but to accept my marriage. I became the Princess of Duan. The Tao family still had no son to carry on the family name, so my father turned his hopes toward the next generation. He began taking more wives. He wanted another son. In the past, he and my mother had been deeply devoted to each other. He never wanted another woman.
But now,
For the sake of having a son, he brought one woman after another into the household. Those women even began challenging my mother's position. They mocked her. They humiliated her. But my father ignored everything because he wanted a son. Just like he once ignored my pain, he ignored my mother's suffering too. Only then did my mother finally understand how I had felt all those years. As for my father, he would never have another child. Long ago, I had secretly given him a medicine that prevented him from having children. No matter how many women he brought into the family, he would never get the son he wanted. And my brother was the same.
I did the same to him.
He had always been unfair. He had always favored one person over another. If he had children in the future, he would only repeat the same mistakes. He would create another family full of resentment. So, it was better that he never had children at all.
Thank you for staying with Moonlit Stories until the end this story. What touched me the most was not just Ruxiang's revenge, but the change in her heart. She spent years hoping for love from her family, but when she finally stopped begging for their approval, she discovered her own strength. The relationship between Ruxiang and the Prince of Duan was also special. He was not the person who saved her with empty promises, but the one who saw her pain and respected her choices. Sometimes, the greatest happiness comes when we stop chasing the love we never received and find someone who truly values us. Thank you for listening. This is Moonlit Stories. I hope to see you again in our next story. Goodbye.